So recipe of the week, Drew's gonna take this one on.
Oh yeah. So we had a bunch of lentils in the pantry, and we enjoy lentils anyway. So we're like, what can I do with these?
We like lentils, we're just not very good at cooking them.
It's a good point. It's a good way to put it. And so I was like, what can we do with these lentils? So crock pots and prep are something I really enjoy, especially on the weekends. You're hanging out, and you can throw stuff in the crock pot during the week as well. But just for me, I think that throwing stuff in the crock pot in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday, letting it cook all night.
Yeah, Drew's very good at that. Like on the weekend, waking up and like chopping it up right away in the morning.
Yeah.
I can hear him chop, 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 and into the crock pot.
So this lentil recipe is basically, it's super easy. All you do is chop this stuff up and you throw it in the crock pot. So the lentils you're not going to chop up, but it's just one. You can take 2 cups. So I start with 1 cup, throw that in the crock pot. From there I chop up celery. So a cup of celery, a cup of carrots, and that's really the base of it. So from there you can throw broccoli in there. You can throw other things. Like I like to throw in a cup of chopped up sweet potatoes, for example. And from there you can throw in powdered parsley is one that I enjoy throwing, like a little bit of cayenne. So when I say parsley, that's a teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and then I throw in a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper so it doesn't get too hot, and then I throw in a teaspoon of basil as well, or oregano. Mm-hmm. And that it has beautiful flavors, and it just like pops.
Did you put onions in there?
I threw half an onion in there. Thank you. And then also garlic as well. I threw in 2 garlic cloves, and I just minced them up and threw them. No turmeric.
No turmeric.
But you could throw turmeric in there. You could throw cumin in there. Masala is a good one if you wanted to give it like some Indian spices. Ginger would be a great one. But that's the very basics of the lentil creation that we've been putting together. I also threw a giant handful of kale in on top when it's almost done, and then it cooks in and it's beautiful.
And you just put water.
That's it. And then I put 4, depends on the size of your crock pot. The recipe that I was kind of following, what it says it's about 6.5 cups. They also use broth, like chicken broth, veggie broth. I just used water.
Yeah.
And so I used 4.5 cups of water, and
Voila.
yeah, and then it takes about 4 or 5 hours. So you just do that in the morning, you let it sit there and cook, and then that's ready for dinner that evening, and or 2 or 3 dinners later on in the week.
Yeah, so make a big crock pot meal like that, and then you can have that night, but you can also divide it up into little containers and take it for your lunches.